Hello, hello. My friend. CK, it was wonderful seeing you. You've got a wonderful sense of humor. I love seeing you each week. So much fun. I know this week was a lot of information, but check this out. When we're playing our C major, I'm enforcing a do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. When I move that up to a C sharp, I can still use this C sharp to do a C sharp, D sharp, E sharp, F sharp, G sharp, A sharp, B sharp, C sharp. When I go up from the C sharp to a D, I can do D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, D. The only difference between these notes and what I'm actually saying out loud is this is a pattern which goes up, and it's always going to exhibit the same amount. It's going to have a whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, half step, which is what we're kind of learning. We're doing it in the key of G, which means G to F, wrong way, G to A is a whole step, A to B is a whole step, B to C is a half step, C to D is a whole step, D to E is a whole step, E to F sharp is a whole step, and then F sharp to G is a half step, exhibiting that Tito, that half step movement. So when we go through this correlation, we would have G, 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 G major, A minor, B, 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 B minor, barring the chord and playing the same function as the A minor type shape, but up a whole step. C, 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 C major as the major fourth. D, 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 in the key of D, in the key of G. G, A, B, C, D, D's a major. Major, the way we get that is we bar the whole second fret, and then we lift off the back of our finger on that A note to give us these E note, the C note, and the G note barred at the second, and let the A being played open. This is the hardest chord to learn when starting ukulele. Don't worry if you're playing a B minor 7, we'll make it work. If need be, we can take this whole B shape, put here, and then put the pinky up top to get the high D, which masks that wrong A note. Either way, it's awesome. G major, A minor, B minor, C major, D major. Our minor 6 in the key of G, G, A, B, C, D, E minor, is played by playing the B, the G, and the E. When I play an E, G, and a B, those are my 1, 3, 5 of an E minor. And then when I play an F sharp diminished, I play the A note, the F sharp, and the C note. That gives me the F sharp, which is my 7th. It gives me the A note, which is my 3rd, and it gives me the C note, which is going to be my over the top 5th. So, my friend, if you ever forget how to make these chord structures, my last example said, even if you play your fingerings like this, it ain't too quite right. However, once you see that we've already played it like this, you'll feel your fingerings and what they should be right and how you move from one to the other. Meaning, if we're able to correlate C, D, E, F, G, here's our 5th. G major, when I take my G and move it down to a F sharp, I get a G major 7. When I take that same G note from a G major, that same F sharp note from a G major 7, and turn it into an F note with the B and the D notes, I get a backwards triangle number 1. And it gives me that dominant note. Now that dominant note is what I'm looking for my diminished 3rd on top of my major. So, blah, 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 blah. This is what it means. When I play G major, I don't say G major, A minor, B minor, C major, D major, E minor, and I don't say D diminished. I say F sharp diminished. It just so happens the F sharp diminished is the exact same chord as a D7. In the key of C major, C, D, E, F, G, A, B diminished. A B diminished is a G7. So the 5th of a chord, no matter what the chord is, if you go 5 notes away, in the key of A major, B minor, C sharp minor, D major, E major. If you take an E major chord, which looks like a D, we play up here, and you move this E note to right here, you get an E major 7, and then a E dominant 7. That E dominant 7, or E7, is the G sharp diminish in an A. A major, B minor, C sharp minor, D major, E major. There's my fifth. Turn that into a dominant. After E is F. F sharp minor, minor 6. Here is my E7, but I call it a G sharp diminished. G sharp diminished. And it resolves back to A. So I hope that makes sense. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do is an amazing world that we're going to be working with. Next week, what we're going to be doing is a blues progression using a B7. So we're taking this B minor we were working on today, B minor 7 to be exact. The same chord we make a D major out of when we lift that up, but when we do keep it down and we add our second finger on the C string on the 3rd fret, we get a B7. And a B7 is a dominant chord, right? Here's a B major. When I take this chord and I get rid of this note, that takes my B down to a B flat, which is my B major 7. And then when I move it down another half step, I get a dominant 7. B dominant 7 to an E7 to an A7 is a very bluesy kind of groove. Something like that. We'll slow it down, we'll have some fun with it, but we're going to learn a couple more right hand things and start playing some tunes. You've done an amazing job thus far as getting the do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. We're going to influence and strengthen those fingers exercises as well as add a plethora of songs to your repertoire. So you'll have something to strum along with, yeah? It's good seeing you this week, and I'll see you next week. Aloha. Did I work this right? There it is. Aloha.